The train pulled into Nebraska for the very first time. We elected to stay at Haworth Park. It's called Winsor Cove. Bringing back a lot of memories here in Bellevue, Nebraska, where I grew up as a little Padawan learner. My dad was stationed at Offutt Air Force Base many moons ago. And this park is actually a park where I played soccer from the ages of, I don't know, 4 to 7, 4 to 8. And it since has been turned into a city RV park. And in 2019, a flood came through, nailed the entire park as it sits right off of the Missouri River. And the city was going to forego the entire park and tear it down. And a man named Roger and a lady named Star came together, saved it. And you can see Mr. Roger down there weed eating right now. They take very good care of this park. This park has 0 amenities. They have natural amenities, which we'll go through. It's a nice park here in the middle of July. It is a bit hot on certain days, but it's hot everywhere in 2023. Very overcast today, which is a great day to shoot. And we are going to take you into the park and show you what it does have and explain what it does not have. There are baseball fields, tennis courts, some soccer fields. Great to walk your dogs. There's trails. And on the other side of the road over there, on the other side of that bridge, is some football fields, a massive pond. It's a fountain. This place has a boat launch. There's a toll bridge right there, which we'll get a closer look at. Again, a lot to offer naturally and very little inside the actual RV park as we go through it. One thing you can certainly do here when you're staying at Winsor Cove is take to the trails, the Keystone Trail. Maybe it's called the Bellevue Loop, maybe it's both. Don't rightly know. It's been many, many years since I was here. But you can see that there is a massive trail system according to that map we just looked at. And great for biking, for sure. We're not going to go down it, because I don't know how to get off of it without coming back the exact same way. But just for the viewer and the people that are going to stay here, it's there for you, and I imagine it's long according to that map, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm showing you all the picnic tables here because this is going to give you an idea of how much of the Winsor Cove Park, RV part of it, is not being used. The closer you get to the toll bridge, there's an entire maybe loop or two that is not being utilized because of all the rain that occurs here and all the flooding that takes place. There's some standing water here still from a couple of days ago of a heavy, heavy thunderstorm, and they have bagged large sections of the park because of upgrades that they need to do and standing water. So there's some power, electrical stuff that needs to be worked on. This entire park does not have sewer. It does have a dump station, and that will cost you $10 on your stay for using the dump station. Okay, there's your entrance, little small sign right there. The office is right behind that little patch of corn that you see there. The office is where the owners will be staying. And if you need anything, there's Miss Star mowing right there. They both work very hard on taking care of this park. A lot of mowing, a lot of acres. And you're gonna come in right there, find one of these guys, check in, they give you your spot, and you have plenty of room to unhook your car if you need to at your particular site. Way at the back of Haworth Park before the boat launch is a neat little something to come check out. You can do it on foot easily. History of the Children's Lewis and Clark Interpretive Art Wall. And it's got a lot of illustrations by kids and tells you the story of some Lewis and Clark adventures. And so you'll want to come see that if you can. And it's on both sides here. I'm getting pulled by the dogs. They have their own plans for this wall. There you go, Lewis and Clark through children's eyes. So that's pretty cool. And we're gonna go walk over here to the boat launch and take a look at that next. And there is the Missouri River, along with your boat launch that's right here adjacent to the RV park. And that thing's moving quite steadily today. It's a nice day to come out here and take a look at the water and enjoy that fresh air. As you can see, there's the bridge, but we're at the very, 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 very end of Winsor Cove and Haworth Park. Great place to come bike, once again, walk your dogs, and maybe even get married in that little white gazebo there. There's some kids swings and other little park things they can do there, some slides, stuff that kids do. You got covered picnic tables and pavilion for larger gatherings. And you can see we still are not inside of the park technically, but we're headed there, and we'll show you how much of that is being used and give you an idea of what the spaces look like. The very back end of Haworth Park is where we are now. We're closer to the bridge. I made mention of a fountain, pond, and football fields on the other side. You can see the fountain through there. I'm not going to go over to that side, but it is very pretty. And so it's fun to come out here and just watch the toll in action. That was in effect when I was living here around the age of 5, and they're still taking tolls to cross that bridge. I got some more kids playground equipment, and our next stop is going to be the unused part of the park as we work our way in. Do need to make mention of the little pond that's here, because that is a nice little spot, little shade tree bench that you could go sit at and have some lunch and take a look at what's flying in and out of the pond. There's lots of little birds and stuff here in this park. Haven't seen any larger critters. They may come out at night. But anyway, there's lots of little nice spots to just hunker down and enjoy the river and take in some serenity. You see what I mean about the standing water, and this is why back in the day, my soccer fields, I vividly remember them being in the back of this particular park, torn out many years ago, but that water just does not seem to dissipate after continued rain or heavy rain. And so that's one of the reasons why the back part of this, which is about a third of the RV park, is bagged and closed. You can see the bag stanchions there. They do plan on opening these back up, but it's going to take time and money, but they are going to make the improvements to this park slowly but surely. And so if you come here maybe next year, you might see that there's more people staying here. I would say the park is at about, I don't know, 30% occupancy right now. There's lots of spaces to be had. And so if you're passing through, you definitely want to stay here. The no sewer thing is going to be an issue. There's 3 bathhouses that are all closed right now. They had one open, I was told, and then someone came in overnight and vandalized it. Someone in the public, not in the park. So that's a problem. So expect that these things will be locked with electronic keypads in the future. And that way people can at least enjoy the restroom. So there's 0 laundry and 0 restrooms to be had. You are on your own right now in July, mid-July of 23, but they're working hard to try and change all of that. Okay, one last look here at the back of the unused portion. You're gonna have to come through here to dump. You can see those 2 little yellow poles over there in the center of the screen. And again, a large part of the park is unused. And that is where you're gonna have to dump. It's right there. And we work our way towards that bathhouse and where we're staying. So there's a couple of different sides when you pull in. You come down that road or over this bridge, you're coming in where we started, over there by the baseball fields and that higher ground through there. And the orange cones that we'll see in the park mark 50 amp spots. So there's 50 amps and there's 30 amps. They all have water. They just don't have sewer. Not one spot has sewer. Again, 10 bucks to dump. And restrooms currently closed, but the park does have the natural amenities that we've seen so far, and that is enough to tell you, along with the niceness of Roger and Star, that this is a place where we would definitely come back. And so let's go take a look at the loop we're staying in and our particular site. Okay, we've made it to our loop, and we did get a 50 amp, had to because of the heat. Today is wonderful. Get some relief today. There's your dumpsters for the entire park right there. There's not trash cans throughout the park, so you're gonna have to drive your trash over, walk it over, however you're gonna get the trash into those dumpsters. Just a maintenance shed there. There's no office. The owners live in their particular motor coach, in their spot. There is a porta potty. It's right up against the maintenance shed there, and that is the restrooms for you if you need them currently. Again, they're working on fixing all that if people would stop messing things up. And there's our spot, so you get plenty of room between you and your neighbor. You got the pull handle water, but we went pretty much full dog pencil, left out a few panels, and got a neighbor on our other side, a very friendly young man who works here locally. And so, yeah, we got a non-shaded spot. And so in the afternoon, it's been extremely hot. It's a 5-night stay. They're gonna charge you right now is $30 per night for a 30 amp and $50 for a 50 amp. So you can do the math. And once again, even though there's not a lot of, I don't know, some amenities you find, such as a pool table or air hockey or swimming pool, they have these natural amenities that you'll want to take in while you're here. You'll find yourself, occupied with hanging out by the river, walking your dogs, taking a bike ride, plenty to do. And so with that, we'll tell you safe travels. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.